Yes. All right. We
Wait,
are
wait,
in.
I want to try and.
You can
Does it need
this.
to be on the charger? Or here, let's
Not
put the
really.
charger over
I
here.
mean, if you bad something.
Yeah. Hold on.
I'm good. I'm good here.
Hold on. I'm not. Yeah.
We good. Well, ladies and gentlemen, since Scotty and Nick are dicks, we have a new guest today. Avery, the one and only, a member of Ultraviolet.
Oh, thank you.
metal
Thank
band.
you.
Can you actually we're talking about Ultraviolet before like an hour ago. Like, tell me about like where it's heading, where it started. Like, what's up with the band.
So it started when I was 14 years old. It was a couple guys that I met in marching band, and just knew they were musicians. It just so happened that um, Brett, our lead singer and guitarist, he played guitar and drums growing up, and then I played bass.
Right.
And then we met a drummer and another guitarist, and we were the only ones of our who did that in school. And so when we came together in marching band, our director just kind of pushed us together and was like, "Hey, you guys should start like a rock band because we all like rock music, metal music." And then we did, and it actually became something that took off since.
And you guys started the band when you specifically were like 14. Am I correct? You said 14 or
Yeah, 14. It was
that's
2014.
wait. So, what type of instrument you playing? Guitar, right? You playing guitar.
I play bass guitar.
Bass guitar. Like
Yeah.
how when you were 14, how long like
Like playing the
yeah,
bass.
yeah, exactly.
For probably about 4 years. I started, 3 years. I started when I was 10 or 11. I think 11.
Wait, how people like start a fucking learning bass guitar at the age of 10? What the fuck?
Yeah,
what the fuck you were thinking?
I know. When you're 10 years old, you want to play electric guitar. You're
it was that the shit. Like
that was the shit. That was the shit. It was like electric guitar in American rock music is just, they're the people who get all the ladies, or the bass player gets shit.
You were trying in the early ages too, huh?
No, I wasn't. It's just I chose bass, and I don't know what I was thinking, but it turned out to be something that was useful because we met two other guitarists and a drummer, and it was like I played bass for 4 years from now.
Right.
I'm down to get going, and I sucked back then, and then I got lessons from this one hippie guy. Yeah, dude, he was a straight up hippie guy.
Like, who was it, a friend or like a relative? Or?
No, he was a guy that I heard from a guy that I met in the music scene. Like, he was our only connection at the time, into the music scene. And he's like, go record with this guy.
Right.
And we did, and he made some recordings of us, and we were like, that's awesome. And then looking back now, we're like, wow, this sucked.
But it was good at that. Yeah, it's always like
it was cool at that time. But anyway, he was like, yeah, he actually does guitar lessons too, and this guy is phenomenal. You should learn lessons from him. And then in one of our songs, 1,000 Miles Away, which is no longer available other than on CD, physical copy, unfortunately, but I love that song. There was going to be a guitar solo there, and at the studio, we didn't know what we were going to play.
Right.
And so Dave, our connection in the music scene, who knew Al and got us there, was like, yo, Al, you want to play guitar for this solo? He's like, show him what you got. And he's like, yeah, I'll make a solo. And just on the spot, with no prior planning, this man just makes the most beautiful fucking guitar solo I've ever heard, in my life. And I was like, that was fucking amazing. I was like, that was just surreal that this man could do that. And then I was like, I really got to think about those guitar lessons. And I went, and he was real weird. He was, he always wore bandana.
Right.
and like full on bandana tied in the back. He was old. He was like 55, 60.
Oh, bro, 50s and like if someone is 50 with
Yeah.
bandana, I'm
Dude,
like,
you
okay.
could tell this guy was his brain was just destroyed by fucking years of acid. Like his
Well,
mind,
I knew he was doing something.
he
Bro, people
was
like
just
that.
out there, dude. He was fucking weird.
That's the thing, bro. Psychedelics are nice, but you gotta have your like fucking limits. You gotta know like what to, like how much you wanna do, in a given time. If you do too much, it's gonna fuck you up. You gotta keep it weird.
Yeah, no, exactly. It does
Yeah.
It does a little bit every time. And
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
you know, then afterward you just kind of become a vegetable. Like, ugh.
So like one criticism I have about like not music, but like metal music in general is like it's hard to understand the lyrics, like because like the sounds are like so like loud, everything is so loud, and like the lyrics is just like kind of like on the bottom, you barely hear anything.
What in ultraviolet songs?
No, not it's like like rock songs in general.
Oh,
Which includes
just because the music is really
it's,
loud.
it's like the style I feel like, right?
Yeah.
I feel like that's why I kind of like I'm having a hard time getting into like rock music.
Well, I mean, rock is just something that appreciates like the instruments more.
Right. Yeah,
Like
exactly.
rock has always been about instruments just as much as vocals, and pop nowadays found out that hey, we can make a lot of money on this if we don't do that and keep the music light and in the background
Right.
while we have a really good catchy melody that makes people want to listen
like,
to
and,
it.
and like majority of people kind of because pop is much more popular than rock now. So
Yeah.
like it kind of the pop population kind of enjoys at least to hear like names because most people don't even fucking care about the lyrics. They care about like the vibe.
Yeah.
The vibe and maybe a couple like expressions they like here there in the video in a song. Like usually like lyrics don't like nothing like look at the most popular songs on YouTube. Like of someone that's like a billion fucking views. You don't like the lyrics are so fucking bad. I'm like what the fuck we doing? Like as a population, as a fucking people in general, like how are we in like this type of fucking lyrics? Am I correct? What do you think? Like why popular songs are so dumb?
Well, yeah, I don't think that they would really. It's just like about the catchiness of it, and I think that a lot of times with the lyrics, it's more about making a statement. Like
A statement?
it's more political than you think, meaning like a statement, as in Britney Spears wants to defy society's norms, and then she's gonna put that out there and be like, "Fuck you! This is okay. What I'm doing. I'm gonna do it anyway, and I'm using it to be famous." And they kind of export ideas. They sell you an idea
Right.
through the lyrics, and the lyrics as of recent is "I'm gonna act like a fucking idiot and I don't care."
Yeah,
like, that's what pop is about,
Yes. Have you seen?
It's very liberating.
Have you seen Britney Spears Instagram? Actually, I
Yes,
follow it.
yes.
I just follow it just to see what the fuck is wrong. Like she's on something.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
I feel like the always like fucking makeup is like the eyes are black and she's just like weird like dances, like the low quality. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Like that's what happens when you were like so popular like 10, 20 years ago and you were hot and like everyone loves that and like you're doing these like big songs, everyone fucking billion fucking views, all that shit. And then you get fucking old. And then you get like 40, 50. And then, like you did all this shit in the gap, and then it's catching up, and then your body doesn't, it just ages. And now she tries to stay popular, by just like posting shit, but your lifestyle is just your daily life. You're just on something all the time.
Yeah.
It's kind of, it's there.
I think that she's just craving attention. Like she's just someone who loves attention. And is just willing to do crazy shit just for those views, just
Bro,
for that likes.
I
I don't know her. I don't know her personally.
I don't think she even like understands how crazy she looks like or like acts. I feel like
Oh, like she's actually just like going
she's
insane.
just like yeah, she thinks she's cool or something. Give a fuck. It's like that's like one of many examples of like how like just popular people that were popular back in the day.
Yeah.
And now they just like struggle to be relevant. Then that's why you just like, and then you just follow politics. You just like hashtag this, hashtag that. Just like be relevant, stay relevant, say something that actually fits the popular fucking opinion or like a fucking trend on Tinder.
Yeah. I mean, so celebrities. First, like I don't really care about what's going on in celebrities' lives.
Oh yeah.
Like I don't. I'm just like, man,
Of course. I mean, who would? You gotta be crazy to fucking.
If it's an actor I like, it's like, well, you're not dead yet. Cool.
Right.
I'll see you in more movies.
Exactly. Just get fucking actor. Like I don't even know you. Like you're just a good actor. Like that's all I know about you, honestly. And then now you just like we gotta do this. We're like, why you even like care? Like why you think you ever like why you think you gotta have a voice? Like you gotta like share your fucking opinion to like 20 million people.
Well, I mean, it's just a lot about like actors playing a role in the movies that we watch growing up and everything, and we're really into it. Like, I mean, I care about the lives of the Star Wars cast, even though I don't know them, even though it's like, oh, whatever, they died. I'm like, oh, that's so sad. Like, no, that sucks because I love that person's character. But I think that's why. But in terms, are you talking about like the political statements?
Political, yeah, honestly, but yeah, it's like the last year or two, it seems like everything just got political because all these like popular people start talking politics that were popular in different areas. That's the thing. If why we think that if someone is smart in one area, he has all the fucking answers in the world about everything.
Mm-hmm.
If you are a singer, if you are a good singer, good for you. God bless you. Just fucking sing. Just keep singing.
Yeah.
Don't tell me what's right, what's wrong, or like, man, well, I'm just tired of this thing, and they don't mean that shit. They're just following a trend. They don't really mean that shit.
Artists have evolved to the point where people realize that they have a platform to change something they don't like. Like Rage Against the Machine, holy shit, were they pissed off. Like when they wrote their music, they were like, fuck you. Fuck you, I want to do what you tell me.
Doing that in your art form, that's different. Like if you sing a song about it, that's where like that's your job kind
of. Okay, so you're talking about when they say it on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
They still realize that they have attained a celebrity status and that they have the platform to say, like, to communicate what they dislike and do like, and they want to do that. There's certain power in being a celebrity because people are going to listen to you.
Yeah, there's like a lot of power.
There's a lot of power.
If like millions of people like following you, like, you change crowd, you kind of have influence. So you got to be careful. You gotta be careful with your words. It's gotta be authentic. It's gotta be like yours. You share your own ideas. Don't fucking say something just that's popular. Just like like you just stay authentic. That's all I'm saying. I don't mind having like opinions that doesn't like align with mine. I don't mind as long as I feel like you mean that.
Well, I mean, some people are just dumb too, and they get famous, and people listen to them even if they're dumb. But
they're not most of them.
Yeah, so they're. I'm trying to think of what I was going to say.
Who knows? Fuck them. Fuck celebrities, man. It's all fucking stupid.
Well, celebrities can be good in that they play role models in our lives and to kids and to
Right.
everything. Like it, I think that we should have celebrities. It's just like maybe we should have these celebrities be a little more respectable. Um, but when
It
you
is what
think
it
of it,
is.
that is what people are trying to accomplish right now. They
Yeah.
want people to be more respectable and the celebrities to be more respectable, and so they're.
Yeah. I mean, the cancel culture is like a big thing.
Yeah, exactly. That's what
It's
the
like
cancel culture is.
if you even like say like something like whatever, then you get canceled like in a fucking minute. It's like
Yeah,
what
you
the
get canceled. It's like
Jesus
fuck you,
Christ.
fuck you.
Jesus
See ya.
Christ. That's why I want fuck this. It's like probably literally no one is watching us, so might as well can just like talk shit all day. That's the thing. I think this podcast, the meaning of this, like I wanted to just like create a something that I can just like talk shit and just like no one like it's just like a therapy to myself, honestly. This is literally what it is. Free fucking. I think I should ditch fucking Scott and Link. There's fucking dicks. Avery. I think we should start together. We're gonna
Dude,
make.
just have different people on every time. This can be your show.
Oh, this is not. I don't
Just
think.
make it your show, dude. You're the
Much.
one who wants to do it more than anyone else. If people are willing to come on, but clearly not willing to remain consistent with it. Just you should
Nah.
start a podcast.
I mean, Scott and Nick. See, wait, I get what he's saying, like being like I'm doing my own shit, but at the same time, I feel like Nick and Scott would be like such a great like combo. You know what I'm saying?
Then have them on.
So
every
that's
once
what
in
I'm
a
saying.
while.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Exactly.
Have
exactly.
them on it, once a month maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
That would be cool.
Fuck yeah.
And then just leave you to the rest. Maybe you can even just do a podcast by yourself after a while.
Oh, maybe I can have like a. Oh yeah. I was gonna say maybe have like a second podcast now. Like now I'm doing like now the job for me.
Yeah. I won't be able to do it every Sunday, but I would definitely be willing to come on.
What do you think about podcasts, though? I feel like you're not into podcasts that much.
No, I'm not because I have trouble multitasking. So, like, listening to a podcast would just throw me off of my current task that I'm trying to perform. Sometimes it can be that way. Like, it doesn't, if it's something important that I'm doing, I'm like, let me shut this off now. I can't listen to it all day. I don't want to listen to it around my roommates. I don't want to.
Right.
So, it's like while I respect podcasts as means of communication and means of learning and engaging in certain ideas and material, like it's, I don't know.
I mean, I think podcasts are like, for me now, podcasts are kind of essential in terms of like, I kind of want someone to talk. Like, I just want like kind of information flow constantly, like, because I don't want to. I'm kind of bored if that's not happening. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just bored most of the time, and like, if there's like no information in my head entering, I don't know what to think about. Or like, there's like or like I know what to think about this. Not it's not, it's forever, and I don't really like. I'm reading books, but like books are. I mean, books are. That's the thing. Books are for people. Well, you should get into like 19th century Russian literature. Try. Wait, you did? I know how much.
I read a little bit of Crime and Punishment, but I just lost interest after I was 50 pages deep and fucking nothing was happening.
This guy, bro. I think second shot. Fyodor Dostoevsky, Demons. I have the book. I can read it too, bro. That's like one of my favorite, like probably my favorite actually. It's like a nihilism, but like it's like I don't know. It's like it's not dark. I mean, it's dark, but like you can't find meaning. You're like, oh, I get it. It's like even though like nihilism was like, oh, nothing matters. Like, yeah, I get it. It is nothing going on, but like it's like a childish thought at the same time, right? But it's true. It's kind of like you think nothing matters. Like 17, 16. It's like you're that like episode in your life. Like it kind of dies away with like college, with fucking interest goes and wherever. But then it's like that childish thing is always in your like head. It's like, but it's true. It's like that's the thing. It's in your head because it's true. Like, so like, but it's kind of like the meaning like because nothing matters. Like really, like it's just it fucks you up. But like demons, that book is kind of like find something in it that's like kind of good. Like he grasp on it instead of like saying, "Hey, yeah, fuck that." Like I'm trying to find meaning. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You should try that book.
I wanna. Yeah, give it to me for sure. I'd love to read it.
Yeah, but podcast, yeah, Tim Duncan. I mean, I know Tim. I told everyone about fucking Tim Duncan. I mean, he's just one of my personal favorites. He's just talk shit. Everyone doesn't like. No one fucking likes him. All I like him. Fuck yeah.
Tim Dillon just seemed like
Look.
I don't know. He was kind of funny, but he didn't seem anything.
You gave him 20 minutes. Maybe that's why.
Yeah, you said it was going to be a great episode.
But the story starts after 20 minutes when he tells the story of his friend.
It takes him that fucking long
Yeah, it's a podcast. It's like an hour
to get to the
hours.
fucking story.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes, that's the thing. Like you
See,
don't.
I don't know if I'm willing to listen to that shit. Like it's just like so fucking long.
He doesn't get it.
He just talked about Logan Paul the whole time and how he was a celebrity and he shouldn't be, but like fuck everyone who says he shouldn't be because he's a celebrity and has a lot of money. And I was like, that's just kind of dumb.
No,
It just sounds dumb.
he said first of all, he was talking about Jake Paul because he was gonna be on his podcast the next day. So he was just talking about whatever. He's not like he's that guy who just follows Jake Paul. Like I don't give a fuck.
No,
about
I
Jake
know,
Paul.
but like it was just
Yeah. But second of all, he's
that.
like Jake. Jake Paul is like he was just saying like he's just popular. Like what are you gonna do about it? Like yeah, you can hate on the guy, but it's like he's popular. He makes them gives the numbers and he's millions of fucking followers. He's dumb. I get it. But like what are you gonna do about it? Just move on. That's what he was saying. But then he was gonna talk about his friend's story that Scotty heard it and he liked it actually. That was like literally the only podcast that Scotty liked. I'm not sure like if you actually like heard our podcast.
Yeah.
I thought that part was actually good. You would enjoy it. That's what I was saying. I also listen what is called like Joe Rogan. Not really, I don't listen to Joe Rogan anymore. I discovered him from Joe Rogan. I just like gave up on Joe Rogan. And then what else? I got that History Highness, which is really good again. Got Lex Freeman is pretty good. What the fuck you laughing at, Avery? Lexi Freeman is pretty good too. He's like a nerd. He's like he graduated at MIT with like a computer science major, and now he's like also kind of Russian. He always talks about like technology, and then he's like a philosopher too. He's also reading like a bunch of books and shit. I don't know. He's a cool guy.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm smoking sick in the house. If you need to notice.
Yeah, David doesn't give a fuck now.
Fuck this house. I'm not gonna be in this house.
Yeah,
anymore.
it smells like ass in here.
Bro, Avery is always like, oh, I can't believe how bad cigarettes taste of the smell. I'm like, I'm doing all the job. I'm doing all the work. I'm smoking the one. Like, just fucking deal with it, I'm doing the hard job here, Avery. You think I don't know how fucking bad it tastes and smells?
What?
The cigarettes.
Yeah.
I was saying I'm doing the most of the job by smoking it. But you keep complaining that, oh, it smells bad.
Yeah, it smells fucking bad.
I'm doing the most of the job. I am the one who's smoking it. You just gotta like smell it.
No, you don't. You could go outside and smoke it instead.
Why?
How many cigs have you smoked since I got here like 2 hours ago? Like 10. So like,
probably like 8, 9.
Yeah.
Hey man, I'm fucking drunk.
He's
A little bit. And then 6 are a little like extra good when you're tipsy. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. Ugh.
yeah, man, this is it. This is what I want to do. Fuck real job, real fucking work. I wanna just like sit down and just talk shit for like an hour. Like I don't know, not living by like I still wanna do this, you know. I just wanna do something in my life. I don't wanna be that guy just like goes to work and comes back and like nothing. Like nine
Yeah,
to
you
five
gotta,
job.
dude. It's in the planning. Think in the long term, David.
Yeah.
Think in the long term and be like, what am I gonna do with my life? Like, here's what I want for my life. How am I gonna get that?
Well, that's hard, man. It's like if you like 5 year plan is just like it's hard to find something that you want to commit like 5 years. You know what I'm saying?
Path, dude. You just have to think.
Well, I think I mean, this is one. I can do this. Like, it's like I'm literally like doing nothing.
Dude, start this podcast.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I feel like yeah, you told me like the other day, like actually stuck with me that like I need to find like something that I'm really interested in, like a like a good, like a real one, like a fucking
Hobby like this. Yeah.
like this.
Dude, this is a hobby. You should, dude, do it. But yeah, really, man. I think that finding meaning in life comes from asking yourself questions. Do I want to do this for the rest of my life? Who do I want to be with for the rest of my life? Do I, want to? What are my goals? Is it to make a lot of money? Is it to change the world in some way, like change something?
Right.
Is it gonna be to just have fun,
Right.
and be happy? I mean,
Yeah.
that's I think everyone should have the goal. Just be happy. First priority.
That's like yeah, that's like everyone's like thing, right? Like oh, the meaning of life is like just do something that keeps you happy. It's like that's like the ultimate like answer. Because like money, what do you want money for? It's just
Yeah.
like comfortable, happy.
No.
Like oh maybe changing the world makes you happy. But like see like I would never like go into like oh changing the world, like changing fucking whatever. I think things are gonna happen regardless. Like I know you're loyal, you're trying to do whatever. But like I don't like for me, I'm just trying to get my small world together. I'm trying to make myself happy in a small way, like just for myself. And I'm not trying to fucking change anything outside. I kind of think there's nothing to change. It's just like it is what it is. Most of the time. What are you gonna do?
You should get to happiness soon, dude. Get to happiness so that you can positively affect the world from your place of
Yeah.
good happiness and good intentions. Like just work on your own happiness first, and then you can focus on bigger things.
Right. Like you have like one of your things Avery is into his birding. He's a big time birder. Is that the word birder?
Yeah, bird
Okay.
watcher, but
Bird
like
watcher.
I don't like bird watcher.
I feel like birder is the best.
Yeah.
It's like easy.
Yeah, you're a birder. Like you go
birder.
find fucking
Yeah,
birds
yeah,
and you
yeah.
go and identify them.
Yeah, this man literally just goes to the nature or hiking or whatever, just like stares at the trees for like 10 minutes every like 2 seconds. Bro, we were in New York, went to Central Park, and then so we would just like walk for like 10 seconds, and then we gotta like stop for like 10 minutes oh look at this, oh look at that, oh look at that.
There are a lot of cool things to look at, as you can tell.
And then they would say fucking robins.
Dude, because they're everywhere, and you're like, oh shit, like a cool like thrush of some kind. And then you put your
This
binoculars
fucking
up.
robin.
You make the effort to move your hands to your face and pick up a roughly 14-ounce object, and just realize you just wasted your fucking time and effort. And then you're like, I'm putting them back down.
But like the way you
fucking
would
robins.
say, the way you would say like how honest you were, it's like fucking robin. You really made that all that effort. But like it was birding is like I'm giving shit, but at the same time, I'm kind of into birding too at this point. Like I kind of enjoy like birds are cool, man. Like my roommate Mike, like Pico. Like honestly, I'm gonna miss Pico the most. Like out of all this shit show that happened in college, like Pico is my favorite thing in this house. Man, like
Pico, do you explain what Pico is?
Pico is like a parrot. No, Pico is like a conure, like a Greek conure. He's like a small little parrot. Bro, he has so much personality. Actually, like people
Oh my
think
God.
birds are just like whatever, just like they eating,
No.
but like they have like so much like, bro. Like every time Mike would like leave the house, he would just like start like, it's like yo David, come here, come here. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's bro. Pico was like literally, and like when you see birds like that, like not like that, but like birds in general and like in nature and just like they're doing their own shit, it's kind of nice to just observe them, you know? Like,
Yeah, though the behavior is super interesting because once you realize that these are not just static creatures,
yeah, it's like it's
and
not a
they
background shit, you
they
know?
actually have worries and stress,
Right, right.
and they can feel comfortable and uncomfortable. Like they can,
Yo, tell me the
they,
story of the other day we saw that they started like gathering together because there was like other bird coming.
what?
The one that we witnessed, that two birds were scared because there was like a predator or something.
Cappers.
Yes.
Oh yeah, we were out walking around this bike path and we were watching the catbirds, and they were all over in this shrubby, low on the ground. They don't go up high too much. And I was just telling them they're really smart. They have a lot of character. Like if you pay attention to catbirds, you're just paying attention to what's around you. Like if you listen to the birds, you're gonna learn something. You're gonna find
Right.
something out. And we were just walking, and all of a sudden, the singing. Catbirds are very noisy. They make a bunch of goofy sounds, and it's all a big jumble. But we were just walking, and the singing just stopped, instantly stopped, and it was like, "What is going on?" And then I hear this like really alarmed call, like this, like and like they were just making this noise, and then they went up. They all flew up into one tree together, like low, so that they
Right.
could be on the ground. And they're looking up, and just dead silence. And we were like, what is
So
going
fuck.
on? Like, this is now this just went from like 0 to 10 in like 2 seconds. And, I said there had to be a predator here, because what birds will do is that's how they act when a predator's around, is they'll make an alarm call, they all group up, and they, get prepared to run or fly away, rather,
Right.
and flee the situation and whatnot. And sure enough, we saw something small fly out of the tree. Couldn't really tell what it was. It looked like it could have been a falcon size. It was small, probably about this big, maybe. Could have been a sharp-shinned hawk. It could have been um, perhaps a small owl that was just out around,
Small
like
owl
flying
would be
somewhere in
cool.
the day, or just anything, any small
Right.
hawk. And as soon as this owl or whatever it was moved, these birds just dropped to the ground.
Yeah.
They were just like
crazy.
they like I've never seen before. They were moving with a purpose, not just like
Yeah,
bouncing
they're
around.
fucking bro. They're like they need to be social. They need to be on the move.
They're very social, and as a
Yeah.
result, their species has done very well. They're extremely common.
That's that's what's cool. Like that's like one of the moments I'm like, bro, there's like much more into this shit than just like a background, like a thing, or like birds are singing when you're walking hiking and stuff. But now when like I notice when like like I hear some like a noise or something, not like a particular one, like oh I want to see what the fuck that shit's coming from.
Yeah, because it's weird. Some of them are like, "What could be?"
Yeah. Now I'm catching myself. I'm like, what the fuck? But I'm telling you the word.
Yeah. I think what's the most interesting part is seeing how they like evolved as a species, because at some point, like every life form underwent the process of seeking out actively things that are beneficial for them, like they're just chasing a benefit, and they realize that they benefit more when they work together with each other as
Right.
opposed to separate. And I think that's a critical moment in like a species
Yeah.
timeline when they can seek out a benefit together rather than alone. And it's just like they get smart, they get intelligent,
Yeah.
and then they see that the ones that work together just they are more complex than the ones who did not.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's with humans too. Right. Socializing is very important. That's what got us into like wherever we are now. You know, like we always like share information. Like the knowledge is adding up. It's not we creating every time because we share thoughts, we share the knowledge. Like socializing is very important. You know, like I'm gonna get a fucking book. Like I just need my paycheck to get a book. I need money to buy a book, but I'm gonna get a. I'm not sure like what type of parrot I'm gonna get yet. It's gonna be like I don't know, either like Kanye or I don't know, something like that. But I want to get a bird. Bird that's birds up. But that's that. I think we good for. Let's see how long is this shit. I don't know how long is this shit. All right, guys and ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna conclude our podcast, our future. And I'm gonna see y'all at some point, probably next week. Thanks, Avery, for being here.
Thanks for having me, W.